Why now?
There's never a bad time to protect women's reproductive health. There's never a bad time to continue to make sure that the laws of our state protect our healthcare delivery system and our healthcare providers.
And further, from Andrea Stewart-Cousins of Westchester.
38 years ago, before the landmark Roe v. Wade decision, New York's reproductive health laws were groundbreaking. A lot has changed since 1970, and now our laws need to be modernized again to reflect current medical practice and protect women's health and safety. The law we seek establishes as a basic legal right the privacy of women making personal reproductive health care decisions. It will protect the rights of all New Yorkers to use or refuse contraceptives. It will ensure safe and legal access to abortion care for women. This is a health care issue. New legislation will place the regulation of reproductive health within the Public Health Code where it belongs. And it will ensure that only qualified medical professionals can provide reproductive health services. New York State can be a leader once again. With new legislation, we can protect reproductive health care for all New Yorkers.
And this is as important a time to be having this conversation, at a time where people are losing their health insurance, where people are changing their health care providers from potentially private providers to public providers like I represent. And it's never a bad time to shore up and strengthen the healthcare delivery system of the state of New York for our men and our women, for our teenagers and our youth.
Very fun. And within that context, I wonder how the Reproductive Health Act will, if it is passed in both houses in Albany, how that will impact us here in Westchester County?
Well, what we will ensure is that the women and men that are teens of Westchester County will forever have the health care delivery that they are used to and have today. And that's very important as you're one of the largest populated areas in our state north of New York City. So we want to ensure and maintain that the full range of health care and reproductive health care stays strong and vital for all members of New York State. So it's important in Westchester, as it is important in New York City, as it is across our state, that we strengthen our health care delivery system, and that we keep our Planned Parenthood very strong. You have a fabulous Planned Parenthood down here in this area. There's never a bad time to protect women's reproductive health. There is no one who is pro-abortion, as we said in the beginning, but we all believe that people should be able to make their choices. And we trust that women can make choices that are very personal and very confidential, provided they have the information and the support that they need. And that's what Planned Parenthood is there to provide. And the Reproductive Health Act will ensure that the women in the state never need to go back to a prior time.
Okay, excellent. I think we understand now what the importance and the impact of the Reproductive Health Act. Now, what do you want us here in the viewing audience to do as a result of this information?
Well, we would love you to help us get this legislation passed this year. And the way you can do that is go to www.womenshealthmattersny.org. And we have a petition on there that you can sign and send a note to your legislator. It automatically sends it to your legislator based on your address and your zip code. So if you don't know who that is, that's fine. If you do, I would love for you to be in touch with our local Planned Parenthood and go meet with your legislator here locally in their office. Have a conversation about why this legislation is important to you. Talk to your legislator, send the letter, watch for those awful op-eds or letters to the editor that you can combat by talking about why it's so important to make sure the healthcare delivery system, that women's reproductive health, continues to remain strong in New York. We have a couple of different websites besides Women's Health Matters. We have futurechoices.net, and we also have the www.pphp.org, which is our Planned Parenthood Hudson McConaughey right here in the Westchester area. All of those websites will be able to help you get in touch with FPA, with all of our coalition partners who are working hard to get this legislation passed. But it's so important that you speak to your legislators, that you talk to your neighbors and your family, and you talk to them about why this is the time and it's important to make sure that women continue to have a full range of choices on reproductive health.
And if someone goes to any one of these websites, will there be updates on the status of the bill, whether it's been introduced, whether it's been passed to da-da-da?
Most definitely. You'll be able to watch where the bill, once the bill's introduced, what committee it's in, who's co-sponsored the bill, so you could thank your legislator if they actually co-sponsor the bill to make sure that they know that you're watching and paying attention.
Thank yous are wonderful.
They are wonderful. And you'll be able to keep in touch with us, and we'll let you know how the campaign's going, and we really would love to have as many of you here in Westchester County join us in this great campaign to have the laws of the state of New York strengthened and modernized.
Very good. And when this show is over, where can people go for further information?
Well, I would tell you, if you could, to go to our Women's Health Matters website. And our website's right on the bottom. This is our great logo. And I would hope that you'll help come and be a part of this wonderful campaign.
Women's Health Matters. Now, how did we get from Reproductive Health Act to Women's Health Matters? That's sort of, it sounds like a leap to me.
Oh, I don't think so at all. Reproductive health is women's health, and women's health matters at every level. There should never be a secondary level of delivery system for any of our residents of our state, and certainly not for women. And we want to make sure that our legislators hear that loud and clear. What we know about the state of New York is that well over 3/4 of the people in the state want our legislators to do something proactively now to make sure that women's health is protected.
That's a really powerful message. Why this really matters to us as individuals.
Well, definitely. At a time where we've seen past Congresses chip away at the Roe versus Wade and chip away at the reproductive health rights that we have come so far in the last 40 years to ensure, that we've made sure that they're affordable to everybody in our state, that we're making sure that we have health centers throughout the state that are closely located to where our population centers are, that there's transportation, that there's insurance, that there's sliding scale fees, and that there are some services for free. We need to ensure that that preventative care, that reproductive health care will be there for the generations to come. We are in a very trying time in New York, in our country, and in the world. And New York can do its part to ensure that our residents will never go without the preventive care, without the reproductive health care that we have come accustomed to being able to access. And so we need to ensure that the Reproductive Health Act is passed this year.
Tracey, I want to thank you. This has been a wonderful evening. I've learned a lot from you, and I thank our good friends and neighbors in Westchester County for joining us tonight for Women's Health Matters. Thank you, and good night.